Never mind Stuart Lee and Buddy Mark, Buddy Camo, mate. It's
Loads,
Buddy,
yeah.
not
This
been
is
eating,
proper.
not been eating Pete Jackson. That's the.
Yeah.
You what?
So I've only jumped on the bandwagon a bit later, Rob. So my T-shirt hasn't arrived yet, but Nobby's got his on.
Got my T-shirt. So Robert, can you explain sort of is it all Roy or Royce with the exclamation mark being a T?
All right.
It's all right. All right.
I nicked it off the. Actually, I suppose that Iggy Pop nicked it off the Black Cat of the Frogs. So I'm not sure who I nicked it off.
Yeah.
Particularly me to shout "all right" at the end of every sentence. Like, I think the bloke in the Saints does it as well, doesn't he?
Yeah. So are you coping with all the media attention then, Rob and Julie? So it must be pretty mad.
Well, it's I don't know. It's obviously very queer, but it's just what it is, isn't it? You know what I mean? Yeah. It's you at least saying the same thing over and over.
Over and over again. Like that listens to all those podcasts. And he has got a few one-liners, hasn't he, that he uses, and I know more now. So presumably we'll know quite a lot of the film already, don't we? But hopefully there's some extra bits for us to watch tonight. Have you seen it, Julie? Have you seen the film all the way through?
We haven't we? Yeah.
Well,
more or less.
I'm not sure if we've seen what's the actual finished film, but it was as near as damn it. But that was like last March or April or something. So
all right. Yeah.
It'll be a bit of an eye opener for me as well as you.
Yeah.
I don't like the telephone interviews at the best of times. But Stuart Lee had said, before I did the interview, Stuart had done an interview with the same bloke, and said he's only interested in things that happened in the 80s. And I was thinking, fucking hell, you know, because I'm just like not really that interested in what I did in the 80s. But it turned out to be quite a nice lad, actually, and he was relatively informed. Because sometimes you speak to these people, and in truth, they don't really know who you are, and you think, well, what are you fucking doing this for anyway? Then.
James, how you doing?
James, all right, fella.
Good evening, chaps.
Hello, Jake.
Hello.
Hi, Jinx.
All right.
That's what we are. We're a short-sighted bunch of fuckers, aren't we? We've all got glasses on.
I'll take them off.
There we are. Who
said that?
You're beautiful. You do this every Saturday then?
Well, Friday,
Saturday.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, yeah.
And Wednesday.
And Wednesday.
And sometimes on a Thursday.
Special events.
Yeah, I'm still a bit of a piss artist, Rob, I'm afraid. But there we go. But
we've got a big poster out tonight, Rob, saying an evening with Robert Lloyd. So we're hoping there's going to be a few more punters in later on, really. But we'll see. You know.
Yeah.
Well, I've got. Actually, I've no idea what time it is now, but. All right. Okay. The rest at some stage anyway. But I can see it's only 6:10. At 8 o'clock, I've got to do a Zoom thing with the rest of the band. They all want to do.
Oh no! Well, we obviously weren't expecting you to be with us, but we just thought for an advertising ploy for the virtual Elephant Castle, it was a bit of a coup for us, really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fair play.
It's on the Twitter, so we're getting some hits on our claim to fame.
This will be in the front of the Shropshire Star on Monday.
Well, the Shropshire Star reporter's just picked it up, to be fair, so I'd imagine he'll be interested.
Well, private, public property now, anyway, you know.
Yeah, we all want a bit of
I mean,
Julie, you are you?
You see Eric?
Last time I saw you was at Rebellion Festival when what's his name? John Lloyd, who was being a prick. Wouldn't let you backstage and all that.
Well, that could have been any day. That was.
Oh well, yeah, he's a prick anyway, isn't he, John Nigel? But yeah.
What do you think of the cricket, Keith?
Very good, mate. Very good. I didn't get up at 4 o'clock this morning. The alarm went off, but I went back to sleep. I must admit. So we're doing very well. We can't lose this game. But
Oh no.
can we? That's the thing. Can we win it? But not lose it.
Stunning, isn't it? Stunning.
But in principle, we booked and we're playing on the Sunday night in our usual, the Opera House. I don't know if the rest of you, apart from Nobby, I don't even know if any of you are interested in this, to be fair, but
Tell us anyway.
Total rebellion or whatever, but the Opera House where we play is where they put all the kind of the groups that aren't punk rock, I suppose. Is that fair, Nobby?
Yeah.
Or to me, they don't have the 1, 2, 3, 4, wham, bam, 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 bam.
Really?
I absolutely love it because, well, for a start, we get our own dressing room, so it's not like a kind of green room that we have to share with other groups. With
the club shots.
Yeah, with and sick on the bus and all these cunts. You know what I mean? You don't have to be in the same place as them. And then when you come down the stairs, there's all posters for Shirley Bassey and.
Oh wow!
Brilliant.
You walk out. The first time we did it, and even though there's no one in the balcony, I just sang as though I was like an opera diva, you know what I mean? Is that the whole place was full of adoring man?
Yeah.
So,
You diva.
Yeah, fella. Fair enough.
Do you remember that time I got Jean-Jacques Bernal distracted, Nobby? At Nottingham. And I was bouncing off my tits, and he noticed me and he gave me his sparkly hat. Put the sparkly hat on my head.
I do.
he bought me an ice cream once.
Whereabouts?
I'm burning a place called Baskin and Robbins.
All right.
Yeah.
That could actually be a Strangler's son, couldn't it? He bought me an ice cream once.
Yeah. I was ever so jealous when he told me. It's like, oh, God.
Fantastic.
Spent so much drooling over the man. You've still got the glittery hat, thanks.
I have, yeah. It's in my mum's shed.
Yeah.
It takes pride of
Pride
place.
of place.
Do you go around once a week to have a look at it?
Oh God, yeah, and stroke it and all.
Yeah.
On very, very special occasions, I do put it on my head.
Like christening.
It's got to be a very special occasion.
Good lad.
Well, the next time I'm invited to do one of these, I want to see it.
Fair enough, Rob. Yeah.
But until that, it just sounds like a rumour.
Yeah, exactly. Attention-seeking bloody rumours, isn't it?
That'll be in Jinx's film when they make it.
Okay.
Yeah. So tell us about without spoiling the story. Tell us about the Ramones. So did you play with the Ramones?
No. But the first time you will get this in the film, by the way. But the first time they came to the UK,
yeah,
and they were actually, believe it or not, their first gig. They were third on the bill with the Stranglers. Actually, I might be wrong about that. They might have played after the Stranglers, but it was the Stranglers, the Ramones, but the headline act was the Flaming Groovies.
Oh, blimey!
And they played the Roundhouse.
Roundhouse, yeah.
And the following night they were playing at Dingwalls, which is just down the road from the Roundhouse, anyway. But it was that was July the 4th, and they were doing because it was billed as an American independence gig or something. Anyway, I'm sidetracking. What happened was me and two other pals from Cannock, we hitched down to London because we wanted to see the Ramones. We met them before the gig anyway, but then when the Flaming Groovies came to play, it was a period where the Flaming, I don't know if any of you know much about the Flaming Groovies, but they went through a period they all wore sort of Beatles suits and were playing, well, they were just kind of, you know what I mean? And so when they were on, we went to the bar, even though we were probably too young to go to the bar.
You've been 17, yeah?
And the Ramones and their manager, Danny Fields, who was a legend to me because he's the manager of Iggy and the Stooges, and he used to be the A&R man at Elektra Records, and so he'd signed the Doors and Nico, the Stooges, the MC5, you know, like stuff that I liked anyway. And anyway, he was there in the bar with the Ramones, and we went in and went to speak to them, and it was a sort of like, what, you've come to see us? They couldn't believe that anyone had heard of them, let alone had travelled, you know, had hitchhiked 100 miles.
150 miles, yeah.
They just could not believe it. And they said, are you coming to the gig tomorrow at Dingwalls? And we were going like, no, because we've got no money and we've got to go, you know, we've got to go to school on Monday. Kind of. And this is the remarkable thing. Danny Fields said, well, we'll pay for you to stay at our hotel.
Wow.
And
Oh my word.
we've come to our gig tomorrow. And what's more, in the daytime before that gig, they were signed to Sire Records, which was Warner Brothers, I think, were controlling it over here, and they were taken to a massive, big, flashy French restaurant for a big slap-up meal with the record company, and we went to that. We went to that, you know, like. I mean, you might think I'm bullshitting now, you know, you might think, oh fuck, we've heard about the glitter helmet kind of things. Over again. But, no, honestly, it's true. And Danny Field sort of said, we went for the record company meal with the Ramones, we stayed at the hotel with the Ramones.
Oh my God.
The next gig at Dingwalls, which is where when we turned up with the band and outside were the Sex Pistols and the Clash, and they all wanted to sort of meet the Ramones and stuff, and we were like kind of like, you know, like we're with the band, you know.
So you have to see, Nobby, how many times you can spot Graham in his various incarnations.
Yeah, what, in the film? Yeah.
Yeah, he was one of the pals that came down with me.
Was he? What's to the Ramones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, crikey. Oh, yeah.
You see, you know him, he obviously didn't look like that in 1976.
But they went with the film. And by the way, chaps, because at any stage feel free to say, shut up, because I don't want to spoil your pub night.
Yeah, we've got all sorts of things to talk about, to be fair, Rob. So yeah, hurry up.
Think about me, by the way, and what I did. You know, I don't want it to be like that. So if you
have to shout with it.
Oh, I don't have to shout with this. Sorry.
With Zoom, he has to shout.
Yeah.
He's deafening me.
All right. I've lost my thread now. That's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 I don't know what I was talking about.
No.
Oh yeah. I don't know what I was going to say. Was we'd done the King Walker film. I'd finished, you know, being filmed for it, and then Stuart was going, "Oh, Robin Askett's
Hello, Liz.
Isn't it?
Hello, hi Rob. Hi Julie. You okay?
No, another girl.
Another girl, yeah. I'm just about to cook the tea, so I won't be here. I'll only be here for about 10 seconds. I'm going off to do girly things.
Oh, the irony. Yeah.
Another planet.
Yeah, he's going to send me to the kitchen to...
What are you cooking, Liz?
prawn curry.
Oh,
Like
lovely.
a Thai prawn curry.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've got to get...
Spaghetti hoops.
got to get my prawns out. Oh, your hair's grown, Julie.
Nobby, get the prawns out.
I'll get the prawns out later, mate.
Anyway, I'm looking forward to watching the film tonight, Rob, so I'll see you a bit later.
I'm leaning my head as though that's going to make me see you.
You can't see it.
Melody. But anyway, yeah, good to... Oh, I can see you now.
Oh, you can
Good
see me
to...
now. Is that better?
Um,
My head on Nobby's shoulder like that.
No.
I can only see half of Julie.
Yeah. Bye.
I thought it was finished, and then Stuart's. I knew he wanted to get Robin Asquith in it, but Robin Asquith lives in Malta, right? And the budget didn't allow a film crew to go out to Malta. So then I got a message going, "Oh, Robin's filming his own bit." You know, you just say, never fucking heard of me, you know what I mean? So, why would he make the effort to film himself to be in this? What I thought was going to be a kind of shit underground documentary. I didn't know it would get 5 stars in the Financial Times. which it did, by the way.
Yeah.
And so then I thought, oh, well, that's the end of story. You know, what a bit of icing on the cake. And they didn't tell me. They didn't tell me at all. But just right at the very end of it, you know, when Michael was even editing it, I think, they heard that Danny Fields was in London. And so Stuart rang up and said, "Oh, will you come and be in this film?" And it's going, "Well, I don't want to be in the. This is what I've heard. I don't know." But he said, "Oh, I don't want to be in the film, but I'll come and meet you and talk to you about it." And then when they met him at the Roundhouse, which is, you know, where I'd first seen the Ramones, well, the first time they'd ever played in Europe. And Danny opened up and he started talking about us, and he'd got a letter that Dee Dee had sent to us and all this kind of stuff. And I know that was in the film. So when I saw the cut of the film that I've seen, and then it just reaches a point, and then it goes Danny Fields, and you know the way we've got like Pete J and Jinx, you know, that little thing on the bottom of the thing. And it's going, Danny Fields, manager of the Ramones and the Stooges. And you're like, fuck me, you know, that he did it. And I didn't even know about this letter and one thing or another, and there's all these photos. So, I'll tell you what, Jinx, have you got a photo of you with that glitter helmet? Because in this film, there's stacks of photos of me with the Ramones.
So how long have you known Stuart then, Rob?
About 10 or 12 years, I suppose.
Yeah.
Probably a bit longer than that, you know.
What happened? I'll tell you what, mate. Because I've just finished one bottle of whiskey off, and I want to go and get another one. So talk about cricket again for a bit. I'll be back.
I've got to go and have my tea soon. So I was.
Yeah.
The chips are going to be burnt, Pete.
Hey?
Them chips are
Well, I
gonna
can
be
hear them
burnt.
rattling around downstairs, so it's something's about to be shouted, I'm sure.
When me and Julie, because we went to school together, and when we were kids, probably still a bit too young to go into pubs, but anyway, there was a pub in Cannock, and they wouldn't sell women pints. They had to have halves.
You could have 2 halves.
You could have 2 halves, but you couldn't.
So what was your local mechanic?
Well, that was the Royal Oak, wasn't it?
That
Hiya,
was-
Sam.
Oh, yeah, you are.
Hello, Sam.
Good to see you. Oh,
Nice to see you. Nice to see you, Tim.
being.
Eh?
Another human being.
Are these not human beings?
You're looking well, Sam.
On.
I'm as intrigued as you are.
Yeah. And
It's got to dominate our Saturday evening, Rob. So we'll do it fair play, Robert.
Okay, well,
Absolutely.
yeah, good to come to your pub. My wife keeps pointing at the clock, and I think she wants a dinner before I've got to do it.
well, yeah, I'm having my dinner sort of soon. So yeah, I think that'll be a good time to.
Look after yourselves, you fucking bunch of four-eyed cunts, and
Absolutely.
What you have to remember to do.
It's that thing called leave.